So the government shutdown is over after Congress approved and the president signed a continuing resolution. But did you know that buried on page 94 is a provision that will allow Republican senators to sue the government for $500,000 each?
They're fine to put, $1 million little prizes in this appropriations bill so 8 senators can sue the government. They're fine to send $40 billion to Argentina, but they don't want to help Americans afford their health care. That's really the fight that's on the table.
It's causing quite the uproar here on Capitol Hill, and members on both sides of the aisle want to repeal it. So here's the background. United States District Court Judge James Boasberg approved secret subpoenas against at least 8 senators and 1 member of the House of Representatives during the investigation into the January 6, 2021 riot at the U.S. Capitol building. The subpoenas required telecommunications companies to hand over what's called tolling data. It shows who the lawmakers called, along with the date, time, and location of the conversation.
Every American should be shocked at this. This was partisan, this was political, and it's going to be fully investigated.
Just before the government funding bill was approved by the Senate, lawmakers inserted a special provision that will allow those senators to sue the government for $500,000 apiece. There's bipartisan opposition to this in the House of Representatives, and it almost sank the government funding package Wednesday night. To save it, Speaker Mike Johnson announced the House will fast-track a bill to repeal the measure next week. Because it isn't going through the normal legislative process, it'll need a 2/3 vote to pass, but it'll only be repealed if the Senate also approves it, and obviously the chamber isn't going to undo its own work. To show you exactly how bothered some members are by this provision, Republican Congressman Greg Steube changed his vote to no on the continuing resolution because of it. Quote, "I could not in good conscience support a resolution that creates a self-indulgent legal provision for certain senators to enrich themselves by suing the Justice Department using taxpayer dollars. There is no reason the House should have been forced to eat this garbage to end the Schumer shutdown."
I have never seen such corrupt, anti-constitutional self-dealing as we've seen come out of the United States Senate with this bill. And my colleagues who spent 7 hours in the House Rules Committee last night and refused across the aisle to vote to take that out of the bill, which means that when they vote for that bill today on the House floor, they are basically voting to pay off and pay out Senate Republicans who don't want to be held accountable for January 6th.
Now, this fast-track legislation has a solid chance of passing the House based on how many members have spoken out against it, but there are Republicans who believe the subpoenas were highly unethical and therefore the government should pay a price for targeting sitting members of Congress.
Marsha Blackburn was completely abused, and it's illegal. If they can go against a United States senator, then dadgum, they can go against anybody. And so I think they need to be called on the carpet.
I'm Ray Bogan for Straight Arrow News. For more unbiased reporting straight from our nation's capital, download the SAN app.